What's up, guys? So, just got done watching Halloween Ends, and you know, when I first did the reaction to the Halloween Ends, I did say that I was a little concerned about this movie. I wasn't too sure if it was going to be hit, and I wasn't too sure if the story was going to make sense. I wasn't too sure if it's going to confuse us even more. I was just worried. And I had a feeling this movie was going to be exactly what I thought it was going to be. But I wasn't thinking that it was going to be like this, like how it was done. I just I was just worried just because the way how they were gonna end the story. So by the way, before I get any further, there will be some spoilers in this video. So if you have not seen the movie, I just don't watch the movie first and then come back right after if you want to hear my thoughts on the movie. Because I'm gonna be going all over the place and it's not gonna be chronological order from the beginning on. Well, I take it back. It is, but I'm gonna do my best to kind of be on the sequence from how it all started to how it ended, and the way how it started. It was really confusing. It was really confusing at first, but then as the movie goes on, I guess it kind of makes sense. But like I thought to myself, just like why. What does this have to do with Michael and Laurie Strode? That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so if you don't want to hear any spoilers, like I said, just watch the movie first. You can watch it on Peacock like I did, or you can watch it on theaters. Only reason why I watch it on Peacock because I have the soundbar here and I have the subwoofer here, and it's I can just kick back on my couch or on my bed and I can just watch the movie there and I don't even have to go nowhere. It's like defeats the purpose of the theater. Like I know I can understand. I know why people go to the theater. I'm just saying for me, it's not really worth it. You know what I mean? If I had a girl, like if she wanted to go and watch the movie in theaters, then I'd say okay, fine. But me personally, nah, I'm good where I'm at. With my soundboard and my theater. Anyway, so where do we all start? Oh, by the way, I forgot. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that we get more reviews of movies and TV shows or other reactions and other videos that I do. And make sure you keep that notification bell on so that way you don't miss any videos that I upload. Now, onto this movie. So the opening is pretty much started off of this guy, this Corey guy, which when you first see him, I don't know about you guys, but to me, he reminds me a lot of Ted Bundy. If you don't know who Ted Bundy is, he's basically one of those serial killers that unfortunately he killed a lot of more of the women, and he raped, and he done a lot of crazy stuff in this time throughout I think in the 80s, right? And around the 80s and 70s there, around that time, he received a death penalty in the Eastern State Penitentiary, I believe, around in the 80s or so. Around, I want to say, give or take, around the early 80s or mid 80s, somewhere around there. I know it was around the 80s. I have to look back up. But I remember his face of what he used to look like. So when I saw Corey, I was like, oh my god! Like I know it's fucked up. I know it's messed up. To remind him of a serial killer, although he eventually, like this guy, Corey, technically he was a serial killer in some sort of faction because of his thing with Michael, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just one crazy ass guy, one crazy guy that just, thinks of one serial killer reminds him to another serial killer, or just, I don't know. I mean, you guys see the picture there of the two comparisons. You guys let me know. Do you guys think they look alike? Only reason why I say that is because the glasses and the hair and a little bit of the face. So anyway, kicks off with Corey, right? Apparently, he's going to go babysit this kid, and the parents have trusted him to go take care of it, whatever. And I guess they were gonna play hide and go seek, and then what happens is uh, I guess Corey got a little freaked out, or whatever, because thinking of Michael Myers was in his house or whatever. And then eventually, like, the accident happened. Now, when we saw the accident, I was thinking, like, I cannot believe they actually managed to actually the first. I don't know, but I haven't seen. I'm trying to think if I ever seen anybody or any movies that ever had a scene where a kid is actually like dead. You know, I don't know if I ever seen. I don't know if I ever seen that before. I might have, and maybe some of you guys might have seen it in the movie. But me personally, I don't remember if I ever saw one. And when I saw it, I was like, "Oh my god, that is crazy! That is sick! Wow!" I can see a lot. I was gonna say I could see a lot of parents getting pissed off about that, but I mean, let's face it, it's rated R. Kids are not supposed to be watching it, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised if some of the parents out there let their child watch it. Just know, just have them close their eyes if you're gonna do that, even though they're not supposed to watch it. But that one, they should keep their eyes covered for that one. That one was sick, man. I was like, oh my god, they actually went that deep. That's crazy. On that for that low budget movie, well, not really low. Well, I don't know if you want to call it low budget, but for that type of movie like that, they gonna do that? Okay. So I can see a lot of people were like, I can see people get turned off, and get bothered, and get kind of like a little disturbed just the way how it went down, simply because it's a child. You know what I mean? You know. So anyway, so yeah, it was basically, it was an accident, and now the parents, you know, think that he killed the guy. He killed the guy. He killed the kid on purpose, and now he's looked at as basically like the serial killer or the next Michael Myers. So, so eventually it kicks off, and then, you know, somehow, I guess like around a year or two, no, a couple years later, a couple years down the line, we see Laurie meets up with Corey. I don't remember exactly every single thing. I'm just gonna go over things that I remember so far. So far, what I remember now is, you know, Laurie. Actually, before that, Corey was involved with some sort of incident with these high school kids. Which, when you look at this movie, when you look at it, like the way how they set up the high school kids, I don't know about you guys, but it made it kind of corny in a way. Like it kind of remind me of like a 1980 movie type of ish, if that makes any sense. Like, you ever see like one of those 80s or 90s movies where there's always this bully who dressed up like as a high school guy. He has a jogger, like a football, like he played in football or some shit. And he's always picking on the nerd and geek and nerd little guy. That's what kind of reminds me of. When I saw that, I was like, oh my god, come on, man. Really? Okay. So, and then eventually we know what's going to happen. Eventually, like, he's going to get into a fight, and then Laurie, you know, goes and picks up and helps him up and whatever. And then, you know, he got cut. He managed to squeeze the bottle, break the glass bottle. And then that's how, you know, after that, that's where Laurie managed to go and help him out and take him to the hospital after that incident. So, what's funny is that I remember that with before that, like before she managed to take him to the hospital, where her granddaughter works, I was thinking of myself, like I thought what Laurie was gonna do. Remember, she picked up that little knife that she had. Or was it something else? It looked like a knife. I think it's a knife. I thought she was gonna go and you know, do business and with those kids. That's what I was thinking to myself when I saw that. I was like, oh man, is she gonna do something that she's gonna regret? But then when I realized, I was like, oh, okay, I see, they're sliding off the tire. Okay, interesting. But anyway, so I wasn't sure where they were gonna go with that. It was like, because I mean, it's a horror film, so horror films you kind of don't know what to expect. but in some ways you do, depending on the way how it flows. You can kind of tell. And this brings up to my point when soon as when Laurie takes Corey to the hospital where her granddaughter meets, right away you gotta really tell there's gonna be a love triangle around here. There's gonna be a form relationship happening between Corey and her granddaughter. I cannot remember her name in this movie, but yeah. So I kind of knew that, and I think a lot of people kind of figured that it was going to happen. So yeah. So anyway, so as the scene goes on, you know, these high school kids and Corey, they meet up again. This time it was around the bridge, and then these kids go flip him over the bridge. He lays there. He manages to survive, which I kind of knew that he was going to survive. I was like, the way how they set it up, it was like, I got a feeling that I had a feeling that he was gonna get up. Like, nah, he's gonna get up, and eventually he did. But beforehand, I don't know if anybody had kind of caught guard when they first saw the scene in the sewer, but when they first put in the scene on the sewer where the mechanic shop is at, I don't know about you guys, but I knew that Michael was in the sewer. Basically because the way how they move the camera slowly, and they kind of like position it there, like concentrated a little bit, and then they kept going on. They concentrated there on the sewer, right? And then they just move it forward a little bit slower. So like that there, I was like, oh, he's there. He's living in there. Interesting. Okay. Which my prediction was correct. He managed to live. He was living in the sewer, and after when Corey fell, and well, not fell, but he got dumped over, and Michael managed to drag him, which I knew it was Michael. I was like, okay, yeah, this has to be Michael Myers. I mean, ain't nobody else gonna drag his ass around. So I thought, like all of you guys, I thought when Corey managed to be awake and Michael was managed to grab him, I thought he was going to kill him. But he let go. I was like, what? Wait a minute. Why did he not? I don't get it. And what's fishy about it is they made Michael Myers like he's human. They didn't make him Michael Myers like he was the legit boogeyman like we've seen throughout the entire Halloween. By the way, I'm going to be honest with you, the storyline I did not like. Okay, I never quite understood why exactly Corey, what did they have to do with the scene between Michael and Laurie and her family. I kind of bothered by that. I quite understood that. That's kind of, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I was thinking like they were going to either continue on the story between Michael Myers and Laurie, or continue on building up Michael and find out why he wants to kill people and maybe get a backstory of Michael Myers, but we didn't get none of that. To me, I don't know about you guys, but I was interested in the story and the gore. Okay, I wanted to see both. I wanted the story to end it, like, make it sense. You know what I mean? Maybe because I'm a huge Michael Myers fan, and I love the way how some of the directors directed on the previous Halloween, except for, of course, Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie I didn't like. But the older ones, before Rob Zombie, I actually loved it better because the way how each director put it, it made the story of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode, it made it a lot of sense. If, I don't know if you guys are with me on that, but to me, that part from Halloween 1978 to Halloween Resurrection, to me, it actually made a lot more sense than these three new Halloween trilogy or Halloween collection, whatever you want to call it. That made a lot more sense than those Halloweens. even the Rob Zombies. And I'm not a fan of Rob Zombie. I didn't really care of the hard rock and all that crazy exotic hard rock shit. I never really interested with that. You know what I mean? I see a lot of I see a lot of rock fans and Rob Zombie fans and maybe Michael Myers fans would probably be interested in that. To me, I wasn't interested at all. You know, I like the story. It was kind of cool, but it wasn't really like, you know, it wasn't really my taste. That's the older ones. The older ones I liked it better. But so yeah, this collection did not make any sense. But anyways, going on with the more spoilers. So yeah, he managed to go and he made when you see when you see Michael Myers in the sewer, he's not really like the Michael Myers we all knew. He's basically human. I don't know about you guys, but to me, I see Michael Myers as a human being in this movie. Those other two, he was more like a savage. He was more like he's not human, like he's unstoppable. This one, they made him like he was human, which was weird. It kind of didn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like, because you know, when you think of the boogeyman, when you think of Michael Myers, you think that he's supernatural. He's a non-human being. He's evil, psychotic. I mean, he's all that. So that's how. So somehow he managed to be somewhat human up until a point as soon as he started killing somebody. And the way how he managed to kill his first victim, again, it kind of made it seem like he was human. So yeah, as you can see, I didn't really enjoy it, man. Honestly, the first two, even though the Halloween Kills, it was woke. I guess maybe because the gore, the action was pretty badass. The story, it was a little off because I figured like some of the stories they put on Halloween Kills, it should have been on the first one. But you know, each of its own. But at least to me, at least those two, I think they were as better than this one. This one was a little off. You know, the good thing about this one though, this one was not woke. I was good about that. I wasn't comfortable with seeing, which I know a lot of gay people were, a lot of LGBTQs, I should say. A lot of them were probably happy about that. Some of them were probably not were pretty disappointed, like the majority of us, simply because they, you know, a lot of people are probably they're not comfortable with those woke stuff shoving down our throat, knowing that we don't like that crap. So, you know, it's best to kind of keep it separate and have the LGBTQ enjoy it while, you know, we can keep the traditional old fashioned Michael Myers type of stuff. We can enjoy that while they enjoy the other part of it, if that makes any sense. But you know, it is what it is. To me, that Halloween Kills didn't really ruin it, but in a way it kind of bothered me a little bit. But anyway, but this one over here was not woke, which I was good. I was happy about. So, you know, but even though I was happy about that, just the story and the action, it was horrible. I could see a lot of Halloween fans. I could see a lot of Michael Myers fans. I could see them a lot. I could see them get pissed off, and tell you the truth, I don't blame them. I don't blame them because in a way, to me, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed as a fan, and I'm disappointed as a Halloween fan and as a Michael Myers fan. You know what I mean? It's just weird how it was ended. The only other thing was good was the fact that the last part where they did, I guess, like a little funeral for Michael Myers when he finally dies, and Laurie managed to, you know, put him in this chopper, the little blade chopper, whatever you want to call it. I call it a garbage disposal because technically that's what it is, but it's a chopper, like the metal chopper. That's what you call it. She managed to put him in there, and he slices in pieces, and now he's completely gone. And then now, what's just weird is that when it ended, they put like Laurie's coffee cup on top of Michael Myers' mask. I know some people would probably thought that she could be possibly the next killer, because in the sewer when Michael managed to grab him, and before he even managed to kill Corey, he looked in his eyes, and I guess what he thought in his mind was that he was exactly like him, so that's why he managed to not kill him, because he thought that Corey was gonna be just like him, the boogeyman, and he's gonna be killing people left and right, which eventually Corey did. And it's weird how he was managed to get Michael Myers' mask like it was nothing. Like basically like he was a young buck and he was fighting an old dude, and he just basically he just ragdolled him until he managed to get the mask off of Michael Myers. Like I said, they made Michael Myers as a human being and not a monster. He's not a savage in this movie. He's not. Eventually, he does his part. He does some killing here and there, but it's not like how it was in Halloween Kills and like other previous Halloween movies. Not just those three, but the previous. So, overall, if I could give it from 0 to 5, honestly, I give it a 1. Honestly, I give it a 1. I did not really I didn't really enjoy it. Maybe there was certain parts. I thought the last part where Laurie finally killed Michael, I thought that was pretty cool. The last part, it was okay, it was cool. I thought Laurie, they teased it, the part where Laurie was gonna die, but they managed to keep her alive, and but she just got marks and stuff, just like the rest of the Halloweens that she was in. I could see somebody give it maybe a 2 out of 5, or maybe a 3, but for me, 1. If I can give it from like grade level, from like A to an F, it'd probably be probably an F. Yeah. I didn't really enjoy it, man. It was, to me, I think it let a lot of fans down. To me, at least it did, because it wasn't expected the way how the fans will want it. And that's kind of not in a good way. I'm putting it out in a good fashion. So, on closing, if you are a type of guy who or a type of person who just wants to who just wants to just finish the trip, the collection, just because it's Halloween, why not? If you're a Michael Myers guy, if you're a Michael Myers fan like myself, give it a shot if you still want to see it for yourself. I'm just letting you know, to me, it ain't worth watching. That's just my humble opinion. But I can see people like myself who will still watch it just because it's the end of the story. And in my opinion, like I said, the best stories as far like the Halloween goes was the old ones from the 1978 to 2002. To me, even though it had different directors directing it, just the way how it was set up, it made it even more sense than this one. This one did not make any sense at all for me. That Halloween Kill, the first two, it was, I started to click on and stuff, but I still wanted to know from Michael's perspective, like why did he want to kill her? Why did he want to keep killing like babysitters or Laurie Strode, and like why? It doesn't. I know he's a boogeyman and he's not human, even though on the Halloween Ends, I know he was a little older, but they kind of showed him like he was an old human fart. You know what I mean? Like he's just a human being. Like he's just a man. It's kind of, I don't know, man. I didn't really enjoy it, but like I said, if you feel like you need to do it, to go watch it, go for it. You know what I mean? Everybody has a different opinion. If you watch a movie and you see that it's a good movie for you, then hey, more power to you. More power to you. But in my opinion, this part was way better than this one. Even the Rob Zombies. And I didn't really like much of the Rob Zombie, but even the Rob Zombie movies, to me, they were better than this shit. That's just my personal opinion. You know, the only thing is though, the gore of it, through some parts, they were good. As far as like the collection of the newer series goes, they were pretty good. Even though this last part, Michael didn't really do much of the killing. It was Corey that did it, which, you know, it is what it is, man. They just made Michael Myers just a human being. Basically, he's not unstoppable, a supernatural force that we've been seeing throughout the years. You know, so it's really a letdown for me. You know, it's a letdown for me, but you know, it is what it is, man. But what about you guys? If you have seen the movie, what do you guys think? What did you guys thought of the movie? Do you guys thought it sucked? Do you guys thought it was great or awesome? Me, bottom line, the movie sucked. I'm just gonna leave it out there. The movie sucked. That's just my thing. So, but other than that, if you enjoy my review, you can do me a solid favor and smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, smash that subscribe button. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and smash that share button. I know I kind of messed up there for a minute. That's because I'm a little, you know, or pissed off, rather, of this, not pissed off, I would say disappointed of this movie. I didn't really enjoy it. But anyway, don't forget to keep the notification bell on so that you don't miss any videos that I upload. Well, guys, until next time, peace out. Yeah, let's go.